Hello everyone and welcome to another video tutorial on the subject of how you can carry a low elo game playing by yourself, carrying alone, and the basic idea that we are going to extend in this video is you need to play the right champion with the correct build in order to carry in low elo. A lot of the champions that you see that are successful in higher elos are successful because they can help their teammates to carry the game in low elo. I personally do not believe that you can reliably carry every game by helping your laners have a lead and hope that they will do the job. You need to do the right job. So there are a few champions that have lower win rate, rank lower in OPGG and higher elos because again their kits are pretty good to carry alone, but it's extremely hard to carry 1v5 in higher elos, but in lower elos, if you build them correctly, they will do the job just fine. And in the last video we talked about Mastery. In my opinion, is the best one. You can absolutely carry with other champions, not every, but any champion that have a good kit to take 4 kills and to fight 1v5 can do the job. So in this video, as you can see, we are going to use Udyr, and at the last video I explained about the build that the reason that the Mastery builds are incorrect on OPGG and what you can see Kausa playing or other high elo playing is because they go almost full damage or full damage, they go Berserker Greaves, they go Blade of the Ruin King, and I suggested that we will focus more about the survival build so we can last longer in team fights and will be hard to kill. So try to guess what we are going to build with Udyr. Again, think about what does he miss in order to carry a game. If Mastery miss survivability, he got a lot of gap close, a lot of damage. What he misses is survivability. If you guessed about Udyr that what he misses is damage and a gap close, you are guessing correctly. And that's the reason we are going to focus about fixing those problems in order to make him a carry machine with a lot of damage, which can close the gaps between him and his opponents and utilize his kits to its fullest. So we will see the full build in a few moments, but right now you can see that I'm starting with the Saver and the Rejuvenation build, and that's because Tiamat is a first buy on Udyr. You absolutely need to get this item first so you can clear the jungle faster, have a massive power spike, because all of Udyr's attacks are basic attacks, and the Tiamat will give you some area of effect, some area of damage, which will add a lot from the start of the game until the end of the game. Right now let's look at the gank I'm doing with Udyr. I see the bot lane pushing. I'm using the shield before because it will give me a small speed boost. Let's take it back for a few seconds. I want to show you how to use the kit. So right after I'm seeing I can gank the bot lane, I'm using the shield right here and then using the stun, again the shield, and when I'm getting close enough to stun her, I'm switching back to the stun. With Udyr you want to switch between your abilities all the time because it will give you more speed and more attack speed, and that's why, and because you want to engage with your E, your stun, you do not want to use your stun when you're too far away, like when I was in this bash before earlier. You want to start with your W to gain a small speed boost, and then when you're close enough to it, your auto attack that will stun them with your E, then you will switch to your E. Again, if you guys have no idea what Udyr is doing, what his kit, what his abilities, you have no idea, try to watch an Udyr basic guide before this video so you will have a bit more understanding. He is a very simple champion. Q is for damage, W is shield and lifesteal, and E is for a stun. and we are not even going to use his R ability even once, and we are not going to level it even once until we'll absolutely have to. But if you still have no idea what Udyr is doing, go and watch a small video on him. So as you saw, anytime you can see the opponent laners push, you go and gank them. You don't want to think about anything else. You just go and gank. Anytime you have an opportunity, you take it. You go and gank. Look at my lanes now. If I was on the top side, I would gank top side. If I was mid, I would gank mid. Every lane is a possible gank, because in low elo, anyone doesn't put wards, they don't play safe, they stay even if they don't have cooldowns, if they don't have their summoner spells, they always stay on the lane, they always trying to fight. So guys, this is the most important part. No matter how hard you will try with what champion, if you will not gank and take those free kills, you will not have the right lead in order to use the champion. So always take any gank possible. Again, as you can see, I bought the Tiamat as a first item. Now I will be able to clear my jungle much faster. Will have a lot more damage when I'm going to gank. And always remember to keep switching your abilities when you are moving with Udyr. At the long term, when you are looking at the full game, it will save you a lot of time. You will be a lot on the map. So the next item we are going to build will take us back to the thought that we had earlier about what Udyr is missing. So as I told you, we are going to build damage, but we are not going to build 3 damage items and then going full tank. Think about it like that. If you had to choose between 2 hard carry champions, Zed and let's say Shinzao, which one of them you will say is a better hard carry? Probably you're going to say that Zed can carry harder. Shinzao is a great champion, but Zed meant to kill the ADC, he's meant to kill the enemy mages. He just meant for a carry. Shinzao is more a bruiser. But now imagine that we'll take Zed, and instead of building him full damage, we're going to build him half a tank. 1 or 2 damage item and the rest are tank items. Now Shinzao is in a much stronger position to carry, because Zed will not be able to finish his opponents. He will do some damage, he will go back, and that's it. On Udyr, it's the same principle. All of the guides will tell you that after 1 or 2 damage items, you go with the Tiamat, you go with the Trinity Force, and then you will start building tank. At the same breed, they will always say you, yes, but the main problem of Udyr that he is fall in the late game, so you need to win at the early game. Guys, the reason that Udyr falls at the late game is because they are starting to build him tanky. Yes, in higher elo you can't 1v5 and just jump on everyone and kill everyone, because they know how to focus, they know how to team play. In lower elos you can absolutely do it, but you can't build tanky because you will not have enough damage to do it. In this video you will see that I'm going to build full AD, no tanky items at all. All of my items will have AD on them, but just as last video, we still want to survive, and this is why we are going to use the most OP items in low elo, which combine the health, the shields, and the damage, which is the Sterak, which will come after the Trinity Force, and then we can extend the Tiamat and build the Titanic Hydra, and again create this amazing combo of damage and health and survivability. And this is what will make you carry, guys, will make you carry games extremely easier. Build the right items in low elo. In higher elos you are going to use more defensive items because you need to think about not getting catched, and if you get catched, how you are getting out and surviving. In low elo you just want to win any fight possible. So in this fight I made a bit of mistake. What I was thinking here is I want to flash away from the Yasuo, and maybe I can stun Kayn right after he gets out of his ult and finish him. What I should have done is flash from this point that I was here. I should have flashed here right into the torrent, and then he wouldn't have even the courage to continue fighting me, and he would die there. So that was a small mistake, but guys, you can make mistake. If you know what you are doing, if you taking the right kills, you can make those small mistakes. Now, check this out. So if I return back to the question I asked in the early game, I asked what do Udyr miss? So he said damage, and I explained why we are going to build full damage and still always focus on survivability. And this is the build that we'll continue to build upon. But the other thing that we said is that Udyr doesn't have any gap close, and that's why check out the shoes. Guys, with Mastery, we said we only need survivability. He got the gap close, he got the damage. What you want is to survive. Udyr doesn't have the gap close, and that's why we are going to take the boots of mobility together with his passive, which give him, as you see, just look at the way the speed that I'm moving right now, together with his passive that give him move speed from switching his abilities, together with the mastery stone sorcery that give you 10% more movement speed from your bonuses. Udyr will move so fast that he doesn't need a gap close, he doesn't need a leap, he doesn't need a dash. You will see how they can't catch me, how they can't run from me. It's absolutely broken. You just will never see those builds on Udyr. In OPGG or in higher elos, no one will build this. But in low elo, guys, these are the shoes. These shoes are the reason I'm going to pop off and destroy this team. Just because of those shoes, and because, of course, as I said, that I'm going to build full damage, no tank items at all. You will see everything come to execution very soon. Right now I didn't fight the Kane because I figured out I can't kill him, but what I can do is take a plate. Plate's worth a lot of gold, so just take them when you can. Kane can run away from me no matter what he will do. As long as you hit him once, he can't travel on the wall for a long time. Give him one punch or any other hit and you can just keep following him. He can't run for me, not with my move speed. Anyway, so two very important stuff, guys. The mobility boots on Udyr combined with always switching up your abilities and combined with the sorcery mastery that give you 10% more move speed. As you see here, guys, this kind of stuff will always happen in low elo. Always when you see your bot lane almost got the kill and the enemy bot lane ran away, or the top lane or the mid lane, doesn't matter, always go from behind and check to see if they're trying to recall. Not far enough, not in a safe position, like this trash just tried to recall in a very bad position. So here, another mistake by mine. I was sure I can one-shot this Kane. He survived with 1 HP, but it's okay, guys. We are not going to cry about those kind of stuff. We are already with 5 kills, and this game looks very promising. In general, it's not like my team is doing so bad. All in all, they are pretty fine. And even if they were doing really bad, you will see later in this game, I don't need any of them and I will still destroy this enemy team. Just need a few more moments to get my build, to get my stuff right. So as you can see, after we finish the Tiamat and the shoes, we finish the jungle items. Even if you have a big lead, you should always finish the jungle item because it's cheap. Cheap power spikes mean that you will get a lot of stats for not a lot of gold. And guys, when you got a lot of gold, you got a lot of kills, and you didn't buy, or you didn't buy the right items, you basically didn't do the kills. I had a friend who had leads and bought the wrong items and didn't understand why he's not winning the lane. So I explained to him, you maybe have a 3 kills lead on your enemy, but you didn't buy the right item for the job. So if you wasted, in his case, he was playing, I think, Tryndamere at the top lane, and instead, and it was in a few patches ago when Tryndamere still was building Tiamat, and he just couldn't win his lane after he bought Static Shiv as a first item, and that's because he still didn't have AD to use with the Static Shiv, which would give him the more critical chance and critical hits, but with no AD, critical chance means nothing. What he needed to do is to build the Tiamat as a first item. At the end of the day, Tiamat and Static Shiv do the same thing for Udyr. It helps him clear the wave better, but Tiamat also adds the damage that he needs to kill tankier opponents at the top lane. So it is not specific to this video because we are talking about Udyr and not Tryndamere. I will make a Tryndamere guide later on. But you still need to know what you spend your gold in and why you spend your gold on this specific item. So as I explained, always finish the jungle item because it's extremely cheap and it will give you everything you need. Do not skip the jungle items. A lot of players trying to skip the jungle item and it's a waste of time. So don't do this this fail flash. Guys, this happens to everyone. Fail flashes happens even in LCS. Again, this guide is not about showing you need to have god mechanics in order to carry games. Completely not. You just need to be in the right place at the right time. Look to be in the right place and do the right moves. Right now I was trying to dodge Caitlyn. Guys, look at this crazy damage. What is this? Why do people build him as a tank? Just look at the one shot I just did to Caitlyn. Check this out. Starting with my E, so I'll have some speed boost. Look at how fast I'm moving, she can't run for me. Look at this. Completely broken. You just need to use this champion, and guys, this champion will carry you easily out of silver. Or even gold. If you decided to main Udyr, I can promise you that you can even get to challenger with him. It's one of the best champion all the way up, not like Master E. He still have a stun, he still have a shield, he still have lifesteal. You can build him full tank if you need to later on, when you can actually rely on other teammates. You can build him off tank, you can build him full damage if you have a lead in higher reloads. He's extremely good champion to learn, and I would highly recommend to pick him up in the jungle if you still haven't picked him up. So usually I don't really focus on dragons, but in this game I had nothing to do right now. As you can see, I don't have a real gank. Kayn, guys, if you're playing jungle and the enemy jungler have such a lead on you, don't even try, okay? This dragon ain't worth it. This dragon ain't gonna make you win the game. As you can see, I killed him here, and if Thresh wouldn't show up, this Yasuo would also die. So learn to disengage, guys. If you don't have the lead, play safe, try to play from behind, try to focus on getting your jungle camps and clearing and getting as much free gold if it's from plating, maybe taking the herald, anything like that. Just take the free easy gold. Do not fight when you can't win. This Kayn will try to fight me a lot of more times, he will die every time. Learn from his mistakes. I will also highly recommend you to go back and watch my first video and learn from Vi mistakes, how not to face chicken bushes, and where to be, where not to be, when to fight, when not to fight. Try to learn from the enemy jungler's mistake that you see here and not only from what I am doing. So anyway, now you can see I finished the Trinity Force and I'm starting to build the Sterak gauge. Guys, Sterak is a broken item, never skip. Doesn't matter what champion I will play, even if I will play assassins, okay? It will not be my first item on an assassin like let's say Kha'Zix. I will still build the core damage because it's extremely important to them, but assassins falls in the late game because if they don't finish the ADC, they will get focused down and died. So in low elo, guys, just build a Sterak. Sterak is a crazy item. It will carry you a lot. So let's try to see what's going on about the game. Right now I have a giant lead. I'm clearing the Kayn's jungle as I told you in last game. When you have a lead, take the enemy jungle. You will take the gold from him, the experience from him. You are leaving him with nothing. He will just suffer. Sometimes in higher elo, when I try hard, let's say, I'm clearing every jungle camp the enemy have. I'm starting from the top, taking everything up until the bottom, leave him with nothing. Think about how ridiculous it is when a jungler is 2 levels above you and you just want to catch up, you just want to get some gold, to take some farm, and you just can't because you have nothing to take. Look at this ridiculous moveset, guys. He's throwing his cage on me and trying to catch me. If he would catch me, it wasn't a problem because Udyr got such attack speed, but just look at the move speed with the shoes. This champion doesn't need a gap close. If you have the right shoes and the right build, his move speed is more crazy than any gap close in the game. More than Yasuo dashes, more than Echo dash and blink, everything. Just have the right build and you will fix every problem that Udyr have, and you will be able to carry extremely hard with him. So as I said, I'm not usually focusing on dragons, but if you have nothing to do, take them. But when playing champions that have some problems with their kit, like we said earlier, when Udyr doesn't have a lot of gap close, it's extremely good if you will take stuff like Cloud Dragon, which will work great with the rest of what we are building here. The move speed from switching our abilities, the move speed from the boots, the move speed from the sorcery. So if you have something that complements your champion, yes, take it, and always, of course, prioritize the fire dragons. But the stone and the cloud, the ocean, they are whatever. It's okay to take them if you have nothing better to do, but if you have anything to do, any gank, help your laners, anything, prioritize this. Those dragons ain't gonna change the game, they're just going to give you a few quality of life benefits, nothing more. Always prioritize on ganking and getting gold. Now check this out. I can see here that we pretty much won the team fight. Blitz had some good hooks. I flashed on Caitlyn because she is a hard to catch ADC. What I'm doing here is I'm preventing Yasuo from going back. If I wasn't standing between Yasuo and the other turret, he will just go back and he would leave. Why would I give him this, guys? Just stop him. I have my team on the other side. I have the minions. I'm forcing him to go out of his safe zone. And look, I'm going back. I'm not going to let him go back easily. If he wants to go back, he will need to fight. Right now they are focusing on me. What's happened by giving your opponents attention on you, you will open up other laners. As you can see, Vayne, look at the minimap, she just took the mid turret. I'm cleaning them up, they can't fight me, guys. I'm too broken right now, okay? On Udyr, it's just a really good idea to always use your W, do not forget it. Always try to move crazy. Look at this movement. When it's not like I'm predicting everything that they will do, but I know that Ken will go in with his W. I have no idea where exactly. I'm just moving. Guys, just move. You're so fast. You're so hard to kill. Just move. Then give him a one shot to the face and end him. Do not be afraid to stay on the lane if you have low HP when everyone in the team is dead. Okay, it's nothing going to happen. You can still prioritize on killing. Here I was greedy. Had some brain fart. I think I was sure I have the Sterek already. If I have the Sterek, I would pop my shield and would kill her, but still didn't have the Sterek at this moment and should have just backed away, but got greedy and died. So again, don't be afraid to stay on the map with low HP, killing minions, fighting jungle monster. It's not a problem at this stage of the game. If you see an enemy champion, back off unless you think you can kill them, but this will take some experience and getting used to your champion in order to get to this level. Okay, this looks a bit buggy. Let's see if it's fixed it. So let's speed it up a bit until I'm coming back. Okay, coming back. Just to make your team feel better, don't rush away and take any farm they take. You don't need to care about this stuff. Right here I didn't want to give Cassiopeia the blue buff, she stole it, and I was like, okay, whatever, have fun. And then she also stole the Grump. Sad story, guys, I know. Ken is here. I don't know what's going on with the game. Wow, it's so baggy. What is this? Yeah, so I don't know, I guess Kane is bugged or something. Anyway, he was trying to kill me right here. He jumped here, I smite him, and again he can't run, so he just died. I don't know why he's so bugged in the replay. Yasuo, guys, check this one shot. What is it? 3 hits, and the first one is a stun, cleaning up the opponents, and you always go by damage. So Yasuo deals the most damage, I'm going for him first, Caitlyn second, Udyr third, and Thresh last. And you know what, guys, if you're having such a great game and you have such a lead, you don't need to be angry for the pentakill. You can have some fun, have some laughs playing with this enemy. Not everything is about getting the penta, so it's okay. We might have left the penta, but we had some laughs, and this is what's important. In the end, you need to enjoy the game. A lot of players will tell you that if you are tilted, then you should stop playing the games. I don't agree. I think that as long as you are having fun, you can continue. At the point that you are not having fun anymore, this is when you should stop. Look at Yasuo, he just shows his face. Look at me, and died immediately after. Guys, again, this is nothing special. This is just building the right build and with the right champion, while prioritizing on fixing the problem that the champion have with his kit. Don't pay attention to this Kane. I have no idea what's going on with the replay. And right now we are just finishing the game slowly but surely. They can't do anything at this point. First time seeing this bug. So right here I wanted to go back. Kane came, the invisible Kane, got one-shotted. They just can't catch you with Udyr, you move too fast. It's a broken champion, they can't kill you. Even if they would catch me, they will still die. So let's speed it up and see how we finish the game, because from right here, basically just they are wasting time up until we're going to end them. Nothing special. So I waited here because I wanted them to push a bit so I can go and steal the bot Baron. I waited until they will go for the Tryndamere. Guys, the second inhibitor is pretty much a guaranteed win. In low elo, there is a problem that people don't know what to do after they don't know how to close the game. Basically, you probably heard it a lot. How to close the game is to take the second inhibitor, and at that point, the enemy team doesn't have a lot of options. They either defend the base from the minions, and at this time you are of course going to do the Baron. After you have the Baron, you will either take the third inhibitor, or you will group to buff the 2 super waves that you already have, and they will not be able to deal with a full team and super waves that got buffed by the Baron. And if they will come and contest you at the Baron, you can either split push and go behind their back without them noticing and end the game. You can teleport your ask your top lane to teleport, and basically they got nothing good to do. Right after you took the second inhibitor, the game is pretty much over. So guys, just to recap, when you are building Udyr, you need to prioritize on what Udyr is missing. What is missing is a lot of damage if you don't build him as tank, because he got damage in his kit, but you need to build the damage build and not tanky. And he is missing a gap close, and we're going to fix it by getting a lot of move speed and switching the abilities all the time. About the build, you go the full damage build mixed with HP and survivability from your items. Just to recap a full build, it will be your Tiamat as the first item, then the jungle item. Always take the blue jungle item with the attack damage, because Udyr got enough attack speed from his passive, but he still need to be able to catch other champion, and the blue smite will give you a slow plus and a speed buff to yourself, so you will be able to catch them extremely easily by pressing E, getting the speed buff from your boots, from everything that we build, and slowing the enemy with your smite and speed buff that you get from it. After the jungle item, you will finish your Trinity Force if you got the lead. If you do not have the lead and you are behind, you will start with the Sterak first. In this game we had the lead, and that's why we started with the Trinity Force first. It also gives you, as you can see here, 5% movement speed, great for the build we're doing. And then you will start building the Sterak. After the Sterak, what we want to do is to build the Blade of the Ruined King if you got a big lead, because it will help you catch people. I know that Caitlyn and Yasuo are extremely hard to catch champions when the enemy actually knows what he's doing. So I was starting to build the Blade of the Ruined King. If I didn't have the lead, or I didn't feel like I'm having hard time catching the other enemy champions, I will build the Frozen Mallet. Probably it will do basically the same thing. The only difference is that you need to hit them once before in order to start applying the slow, and with the Blade of the Ruined King you can proc the active without hitting them first, so it's have a bit of range. But in a general rule, if you have the lead, you can build the Blade of the Ruined King. If you don't have the lead, you need more survivability, build the Frozen Mallet, and then as the last item, finish the Titanic Hydra. You do not need to rush Titanic Hydra before anything else. You can leave the Tiamat. The Tiamat and the Titanic Hydra have basically the same stats, only you get a bit more HP, and at this point of the game you will already be fine at the when you're looking about how much HP you have and how much shields you have. So it's more better to start and get more tools like a slow and stuff like this before you only build more HP. Tiamat into the 10th Hydra is basically more HP and nothing else. Everything else is pretty much the same. So again, try to feel more advantages for yourself before you finish the Hydra. Guys, that's it. If you have any more questions, more specific stuff that you need to know, if you feel like I didn't cover something, by the way, my runes, a lot of people ask me my runes. I will post my runes in the description, and the runes, they are pretty much correct what you can say in OPGG. That's why I didn't bother to speak about them. The runes are fine, the builds are not fine, but I will add them in the descriptions. In the next videos I still want to show you 1 or 2 more junglers that can hard carry alone, which are Warwick. If you build him in the right way, Warwick got a great key to chase, to kill, to finish, to survive. He's a great champion when you build him right. And Twitch is strong because invisibility is broken in low elo. People have they are not scared, okay? The enemies, the laners, they are not scared. They will always push, always try to fight. And invisible champions like Twitch feed on those kind of laners. So I will show you a video about Twitch and how to carry with them, and about Warwick. After that we will show you some top lane, some mid lane, and some support. My main problem right now is this is a Smurf account I'm using to play in low elo, and as a Smurf account it doesn't have a lot of champion. In a general rule, I will tell you that to order from the support, in my opinion, you can't use Soraka or Leona or Lulu or Nami or any traditional pick. You will have to play mages like Vel'Koz or maybe Annie or maybe Orianna, but again you are going to build full damage, and this will give you some opportunities to carry. I will teach you how you need to play as a support, how not to KS your ADC and still have a lot of gold in order to carry the game. And That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Ask me questions in the comment, leave a like or something. Thank you so much. See you next time.